Today on Dylan Talks Tone, we are going to do Kemper through a cabinet versus Kemper Direct. How's it going? My name is Dylan, this is Dylan Talks Tone, and we are a guitar gear messing around tone channel. We have about 300 videos. If you're new to this, definitely subscribe. We've got all kinds of crazy stuff over the last few years, and it's a lot of fun. Today we're going to talk about Kemper stuff. The other day I did a video, and it was basically kind of giving you the reasoning why I choose not to use a full range, full response speaker, and we go through a guitar cabinet a lot of times, most of the time. There was mild outrage on the internets about why I didn't do an actual audio comparison demo of what it sounds like. There's a reason for that, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But first, I'm going to satisfy your curiosity, and then I am going to tell you why this whole thing right here that we're doing is sort of pointless. So let's get down to it. This is this guitar through a Kemper. I've got it set up to where direct out audio, and it is also mic'd with two different mics. That way you can kind of hear everything as I play. I'm just going to noodle a little bit, and then I'm going to switch back and forth in post so that you'll be able to hear this versus that. And then we're going to talk about, like I said, wow, this is sort of pointless. But let's just do it anyway. Okay, it's not so much about the plan, but just flipping back and forth between those two sounds. Okay, now let's go with a little different tone. So let's talk about the point of doing this test just now. It's a little bit irrelevant, and here's why. The point of me having a speaker cabinet in the room is for me, in the room. The moving air, the sonic things that happen off the walls, everything. You are not here. You're on YouTube. No matter how I mic this, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how expensive the mics are, doesn't matter what we do, it's not going to be the same for you. So the air moving in the room is for me, it's not for you. The direct out signal is for you. Now I can do it all kinds of different ways and combinations and make it sound different ways and do different things, but A, B in it one to the other doesn't really make any difference. Because the end result is whatever I give you for the internet, whatever sound, and this goes for anybody, whatever you choose to put out on the internet, that's what they're going to hear. On YouTube, in music videos or whatever. It doesn't even matter about YouTube compression or any of that kind of stuff. If you've chosen to use a speaker cabinet, it's going to sound like that. If you've chosen to go direct out, it's going to sound like that. There's neither one is right or wrong, because there's aspects of both that you aren't going to be able to hear or determine or discern when you're only hearing one at a time. And A/B tests tend to divide people for absolutely no reason. You're listening to that stuff a minute ago, and you're like, well, that one sucks and that one sounds better. Oh, that one sounds better, I would never use that versus that one. The thing is if I only played one to you, you'd be like, dang, that sounds pretty good. So there's really no point in it. I guess that's why I don't do a lot of A/B tests and like this versus this is why this sounds better than that, because I'm a pretty big proponent of there's nothing better than the other. It's just a different choice. And the reason we do this is because I like to have that speaker right there, right? Like a conventional amplifier. And that makes the Kemper a conventional amplifier with a ton more tools to it. It doesn't make it a digital thing anymore. It makes it a conventional amplifier with a bunch of tools. But it also gives me the option, that's for me in the room, that's for me when I play, that's for, just everyday playing. That's what that's for. Now, when we record for YouTube, sometimes I will mic the cabinet, sometimes I will go direct out. It just kind of depends on the point that we're trying to make with the video. Sometimes direct out is better because this is a technical channel, so the goal of the video determines the equipment that we use. Sometimes we use the Boss Katana, sometimes we use the Fender Vibroverb, sometimes we use the direct out of the Kemper, sometimes we use the cabinet of the Kemper, sometimes we use the Vox MV50. They're all just different tools to show us different purposes for different things, and there's no real reason to like compare A, B, C, D, worse, better, 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 best, because that's not what it's about. Not at Dylan Talks Tone anyway. And that's why I think this kind of a test is a little irrelevant. But since many, many people asked about it, I figured I would do it. And tell me what you think in the comments of this whole thing. And until next time, if you have any questions or anything you want me to try, because I don't mind doing it. I don't mind trying crazy stuff. So if you're like, can you hook it up a certain way and try it this way or do this or that? Man, I'm all about it. I will tell you sometimes, honestly, whether I think it's a good idea or it makes any difference or not, like we did today, but I'll always try everything and we'll do it just for you. If you have a question, I'll make a video just for you. Follow us, subscribe, do all the stuff. You know what to do. My name is Dylan. This has been Dylan Talks Tone. Have a good day.